on my impression of what it is really like when you're furiously typing away. Say you're like in a chat support for something like Apple, which is something I did today. It was really funny. It's like, all this stuff's going on in your mind. Maybe you're upset about something. Mine was just something petty, like I was upset about iTunes not having a easily accessible search. And then when you try to do a preview of a song in iTunes now, it does a pop-up. And it says, join Apple Music, free for 3 months. I think it's $11 or $12 a month from then on. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that subscription. I want to buy music. I want to own the music. I want to burn it on a CD if I really want to, and I want to keep it. I don't want to keep rebuying stuff. So you cancel that subscription, guess what? No more music. So what was I paying for? I know every company is really trying to push all this. I mean, almost every company is trying to adopt this monthly subscription program. I, for one, am sort of a warrior of, well, I'm not going to totally lose it, but if I don't like something, I'm going to tell you. And I don't believe in, obviously, it's helpful to let most things go. So this is definitely a philosophical discussion. This is something that belongs in yoga, even though it's not immediately related to yoga, as far as we can tell. Again, my stance on this is I'm going to stand up to things that I don't believe in, that I don't like, that I don't want. However, I will do my best to have compassion for the individual that has to deal with me, especially customer service people, Yet, that company is hiring them to be the front line to deal with your crap because they don't want to deal with it, because they don't have that integrity, because they're too busy. There's lots of reasons, and I think most of those are excuses, not reasons. Essentially, like any good company that's been around for a long time knows that if they pay people a nominal wage to deal with all the really frustrating experiences that customer service involves, they're sort of off the hook. But it can definitely affect their sales and affect their customer base. All they care about is that. So the only way to really get at them is to say, look, I'm just not going to purchase your products anymore. If you're going to be aggressive with this whole Apple Music thing, and you're not letting me do what we used to do for so long, which is just buy music when I want it. I don't buy music that often. I don't need a monthly subscription. I rarely buy it. When I want an album, I want that album. I just want that one album. Sometimes I just want one song. And there used to be a setup where this was so easy. So anyways, here's my quick impression on what it's like. I have one of these gaming keyboards. It's particularly loud when you click on it, which it seems annoying at first, but it's extremely satisfying. And when you're playing games and stuff, obviously you're smashing keys, So it's kind of the same thing with I'm a fast typer. So when I'm in the chat windows, I'm totally silent. I'm not verbalizing anything unless you do the occasional talking to yourself thing, which I do, but most of the time, I'm just silent. But in my mind is on fire, So here's what most humans do, I think, is that we're feeling that and we want to express it verbally, but we can't express it verbally, right? We're typing. So we're going to take that out on the keyboard. And if you have a loud, clicky keyboard, it is much, much more satisfying. So here's an example. Hello, sir. My name is Kristen T. Angel Chris blah, blah, blah. Obviously, these are pseudonyms. These are probably not their real names. They're always weird names like that. So I would say, what can we help you with today, sir? And then you type's done. It's not working. I'm really pissed off. I can't find this thing. I looked it up in the forums. I went in settings. I know how to use a Mac. I'm really actually quite proficient at computers. And yet still this is eluding me. So could you take a screenshot, sir? And on my computer it's window, or I don't know if that's control, but it's a window button, shift and 3. So it looks like this. It's making a bunch of screenshots while I do this. I'm gonna have to delete them furiously. So I've gotten really good at that. I'll pop in a window, I'll be all, drag the attachment over with my mouse, drop it in the window. Bam! Gave you that proof right away. So they always want proof. That screenshot thing's really handy, by the way, because you can immediately show them what you're dealing with without having to explain it so much. I'm pretty sure that they appreciate that. Once they know that you're smart enough to do that, the conversation can potentially go a lot better. So, depending on what your demeanor is, of course, and how much they want to please you. So yeah, you do the thing, and then you're typing your response. I did this screenshot, and I'm gonna click on this one also, it's better. So every once in a while, you gotta throw in one of those hard clicks. You're just maybe doing some normal stuff, and then screenshot. Bam. Okay, so I don't know why this is really funny to me. I don't know if anyone's gonna get any benefit out of this, but the more I put out there, the better. I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit short. As you see in the background on this side, we have some of the Chakra-Tree-Yoga products, which nothing is available for sale yet, but I do promise that in a relatively short amount of time, there will be things up there. Not that you're dying to spend money, but I think it's handy to have things available. A lot of it for now is just free. Things like those sayings are sort of, I'll show you some coming up to bat. It's a pretty handy product too. It's not my favorite quality whiteboard, but it has whiteboard on the back, and corkboard on the front. So as you can see, let's get that up there. I have very long cords on those. Yeah, they're cords on the keyboard and mouse. It's totally old-fashioned. Strangely, I like it though. Yes. The idea here is that we're creating products, mostly digital, some printed art. It's a way of creatively teaching philosophical concepts or yoga concepts, or really just, I would say, alternative religion and philosophy. That isn't necessarily mainstream, but has elements of it. Because I find that learning things like this can be a bit boring in the age of ADD, attention deficit disorder. That seems to be pretty much the standard now. People seem to have a really hard time focusing, and anything to do with learning or reading or things that may be perceived as boring is like out of the window. I think they would just rather watch a short video on the most elaborate macaroni and cheese it can possibly make, which I watched the other day. So I'm not saying that like nobody does this or it's like horrible if you can't do it. I'm just saying, consider spending some of your free time actually learning and developing skills instead of just watching garbage all the time. But if you really want to watch garbage, I'm not going to stop you. Here's some of the other ones on the top. So this is just really the start. Hopefully this has been an informative video. You got a little bit of humor and enjoyment out of it. And no, I don't have a perfection in videography. I'm not a professional videographer. I'm not a professional video blogger. I am a professional. I just don't necessarily put all the effort and attention and money into it that some others do. And it's, of course, a very good thing. I just think that as long as you're creating valuable content and something that people can get something out of, then as long as you're doing it, it's good. Or at least that's what I like to think. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May you be at peace. May you find something that you were looking for. May you have a wonderful day. May you get everything you need to eat. May you have enough heat and shelter, clothing, and all the amenities of life. May you have everything you desire as long as it does not harm others. Om Namo, Om Namo, Om Guru Om, Om Guru Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.